It's Happy Wednesday. It's that hump day, right? I just got to tell you, I went to go take Champ for a walk, and all of a sudden I realized, oh my goodness, I got to keep my commitment and make the live today. The interesting thing is, today's aspect we're going to talk about is commitment. So, how perfect is that? That it literally aligns with exactly what I needed to learn today is to stay honored to my commitment. So, what I want to ask you is where are you in your life and something that you have been needing to step up to, something that you've wanted to do, but you have not taken action yet? Well, the first place to take the action is you really need to make a commitment. And if you're not making the commitment, then it gives you no reason or no sense of purpose to stay accountable to yourself. Because, a lot of people go on diets and do all these things with weight loss. And it's like somebody will say to you, and I've had this happen when I've done this before, oh, go ahead and have this piece of cake. I won't tell anybody. It doesn't matter. A commitment is you and you. So it's about you staying accountable to you, you honoring yourself, you honoring your word. And when you do that and you stay that connected to what it is that you've committed to, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. I mentioned this last night. So if you're not been following me, make sure to check out my 33 days aspects to collect wholeness and complete oneness within. And on my YouTube channel, I have a playlist started. And today is about day 14 of my self mastery live challenge, which is why I'm here today, sharing with you the aspect of commitment. And so I'd like for you to take a moment and just close your eyes if you're watching this, or even if you're coming on the replay, and just really take a breath into your heart. And I could feel the energy just shifting with that breath, feeling that connection, and being able to come into this heart-centered place that you're able to feel. And I had my own personal session today too, as I say that, like, in this journey, it's about a heart journey and learning how to connect more to ourselves so we can feel more, to love more. And that's why we go through a lot of the trauma. But the more we can feel of not just the good stuff, the more we can feel the bad stuff means the more good stuff we're going to feel once we heal it, once we see it and feel it and heal it. So I think the reason that's coming through right now is really making a commitment to face yourself, to face your fears, to face on, say, this twin flame journey of, what is it inside of you that maybe your mirrored reflection, your twin flame is reflecting to you? And what is it you need to correct within you? And then making a commitment to that versus trying to point the finger and redirect the energy, running from your own feelings. And yes, your feelings might be triggered by them, and it might feel like they're the cause of it, but it's at the end of the day, it's you. And so back to that feeling of connecting to your heart, feeling deeply into a space of what is it you have not connected to or committed to that will take you, your life, your love, and your livelihood to the next level. And as I say that with the livelihood, one of the things that comes to up in that is so many people trying to get in their purpose. I've been talking about this through the 33 days of mastery because I have launched my Lightworker Academy during the same timeline. And in that, it's about making a commitment to your purpose, not just yourself. So like yourself for sure, because if you're not doing it for yourself, then you can't do it for other people. And that means if you can't do something for yourself, then you can't do it for even, say, your twin flame or the beloved. And if they can't do it for you, they need to be doing it for themselves, is why they probably can't do it for you. So the mirrored reflection of that is, where are you not doing the same thing for yourself? And so I invite you to look inward. I invite you to make a commitment to where your wound is, where your pain is, where you're trying to get into purpose. and not taking action towards your calling, your ultimate calling. And if you've not checked out my Lightworker Academy, make sure to check it out. The link is in the description above, below you. Or if you're on Instagram, it's going to be in the bio. And, you know, I'd love to connect with you on a deeper level if you're ready to collaborate and really fully make a commitment to your purpose and your mission. And if that is you that hasn't made that commitment yet, I invite you to take a look at that and make a choice to make a commitment to that purpose that you came here to fulfill. Because as we know on this journey, even though it's a self-love journey, what we go through in that, hello, so true. Yes, yes. Nice to see you. Haven't saw you in a while. What we go through on this journey is literally to transform or really transmute who we are. And I'm going to thank all of you that's mentioned some of the changes you've noticed in me that's followed me in a long time. That, you know, my appearance, my demeanor, my voice even has changed. And of course, that's a lot to do with my femininity and stepping into my greater version of me from a place of abundance and a place of receptivity. But I'm also like you guys going to the next level, the next new level. And that calls for more change, which calls for more commitment to doing the work, doing the great work. And we sometimes get to a place, and I know I have, I've been one of the first to do this. Like, when's it going to be over? When's it going to be done? When can I like get past this, right? But when you come here to do the great work, not only for yourself, which is transmuting it for the collective, then you also are in this timeline that you're shifting humanity, and this becomes a collective mission and a collective assignment that we've done, which says collectively we need to make a commitment to who we are and our purpose so that we can fulfill that mission on a collective scale. And that comes from within and what we're doing. So where are you taking action? I know for me, one of the things about commitment is getting back into working out at the level that I was prior to my COVID experience. And I'm having to take baby steps. And I'm having to be very humble in the process of taking those baby steps that I can't do all the things I used to do. And so there's a lot of learning in that, a lot of shifting in that. And so sometimes where we want to be ahead of ourselves or be beyond where we're at, you know, it's about where are you now? And there's two sides of this. And I have to share both sides because one side of this is like, I'm going to give you an example of Julian and I was walking in the heat the other day. It was really warm in one direction as far as the sun beating down on us. And there was no shade except for a little bit on another side of this big 144 acre lake. So it was about getting close to like a 4-mile loop that we made. And so we got to the other side and we were talking about this shade and we were talking about how the sun was beating down. And I was like I said, how much further do we have to get around this lake? And so for me, like I go to look at that as how many more miles are there? How much more do I have to do? So let me know how much all that is. And then now I can focus on seeing myself on the other side of that. And I know how far I have to go and I can kind of push myself and I can get through this and I'll barrel through it. And for him, it's like, he doesn't want to know any of that. He wants to like know that, okay, I'm here. I'm in the presence of it. And because I'm in the presence of it, I'm not going to run from this heat. I'm going to embrace it. And I'm going to go through the process of being here now. And that is how he handles it. And I'm like, okay, let me get over here. And now I can get through this. So it's not like it's really a right or wrong. It's really about how we handle things. And so the reason I bring that up is because that when we go through these trials, these tribulations, these turbulent times, and we go through things that we're having to work on inside, that you might handle it one way, but somebody around you may do it totally different. And so really be cognitive of that and really be non-judgmental of that and really come to the place that what works for one doesn't work for all. And it's about what works for the one or you is what matters. And what works for that person is what matters. And that the key is that at the end result, we both got around the lake, right? So you're going through this journey and you're going to get through it. And it's just a matter, we're all going to go through it differently. And we can all view it differently. We can all have different perceptions, and we can all have different skills, and we can all have different coping mechanisms and ways that we navigate it that helps us get through it. But at the core of that, you have to commit to it. And by committing to it, hello, Stacy. Hello, love you. At the core of committing to that, that is going to keep you on track to finish the race. All right. So I send you guys so much love. Like I said, if you're just joining me, I almost forgot it was to do a live today because I'm, do this every day. And then out of nowhere, then I realized that I love you too. Oh my gosh, I have a live today. And then I look it up and it's commitment. And so it's like, oh, well, you don't get out of a live on a commitment day, right? And it's commitment. So what a great way to talk about it. And so if you guys are just joining me and you have questions about anything, be sure to leave your questions and I'll go back and check them later in all the comments of whatever platform you're on. And make sure I had mentioned this, that on my Oracle deck, Twin Flame Ascension Oracle, that I was going to give away a deck of cards at the end of these 33 days of self-mastery. And that the way you get entered into the drawing is you get one vote or one, entry by answering the question that I'm about to tell you. And that is, and you got to leave it in the comment section. I'm going to tell you what it is, but I got to read into what that question is. What are you going to commit to today? What is it that you're going to commit to today? And then the second way, you can tag somebody and ask them what they're going to commit to. And the third way is you can share it. And so the second, you get 1 for commenting, 2 for tagging, and 3 for sharing. And that's additional. So that technically would give you 6 total for doing that. And I'm doing this over the next, 33 days. And we're on day 14, I think. But yeah, check out my links to my Lightworker Academy above or below you. And I send you guys so much love, light, liberation, which is what this is all about. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Take care.